let me start with a simple truth that changed my life. Your success, your happiness, your productivity, and even your financial future are deeply connected to one thing most people ignore every single day: your health and your energy. I've spent decades studying success, achievement, productivity, and peak performance. I've worked with CEOs, entrepreneurs, athletes, and high performers around the world. And one pattern shows up again and again. The people who achieve the most in life are not just smarter, they have more energy. Energy is the fuel of success. Without energy, your ideas stay ideas. Your goals stay dreams. Your plans stay unfinished. But with high levels of health and energy, something incredible happens. You think clearer, you act faster, you stay motivated longer, and you become far more productive than the average person. So today, I want to share with you 10 keys that can dramatically increase your health and your energy. These are not complicated theories. They are practical habits. Habits that high performers use every day. Habits that can completely transform how you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally. But before we begin, I want to ask you something important. Right now, how would you rate your daily energy level from 1 to 10? Do you wake up excited and focused, or tired and struggling to get started? Tell me honestly in the comments below. I read the comments and I want to know where you are starting from. Because the truth is this: your current energy level is not permanent. It is the result of daily decisions. And the moment you change those decisions, everything begins to change. Let's start with the first key. The first key to having much more health and energy is something so simple that most people underestimate its power: sleep. I learned years ago that sleep is not a luxury. Sleep is a performance tool. Research consistently shows that adults who get 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep perform better cognitively, emotionally, and physically than those who don't. When you are sleep deprived, your brain literally slows down. Your focus drops, your willpower weakens, your decision-making declines, and if you think about it, almost every major mistake people make during the day happens when they are tired. So I made a decision years ago to treat sleep like an investment. I protect it. I plan for it. I make sure I go to bed early enough so my body can fully recharge. And here's something interesting. When you sleep properly, your brain organizes information, repairs cells, regulates hormones, and prepares you for the next day. In other words, while you are sleeping, your body is literally preparing you for success. So ask yourself this question: do you treat sleep like an investment or like something you sacrifice? If you want more health and energy, start by respecting your sleep. Now let's move to the second key: nutrition. Your body is like a high-performance machine, and the quality of fuel you put into that machine determines how well it performs. Many people wonder why they feel tired by midday. But when you examine their diet, the answer becomes obvious. Highly processed foods, excess sugar, heavy meals that spike blood sugar and then crash your energy. I discovered something very powerful when I began studying peak performers. They eat intentionally. They focus on foods that stabilize energy levels: lean proteins, vegetables, fruits, whole foods, clean hydration. These foods provide steady fuel for your brain and body. Think about this for a moment. Your brain consumes roughly 20% of your body's total energy. So when your nutrition is poor, your brain suffers first. Your concentration drops. Your mood changes. Your creativity declines. But when your nutrition improves, something remarkable happens. Your mind sharpens. Your energy stabilizes. And your productivity increases. I often tell people that one of the fastest ways to upgrade your life is to upgrade what you eat. Small, how daily improvements compound into massive long-term results. Now let me share the third key: movement. Exercise is one of the most powerful energy generators you will ever experience. Most people assume exercise drains energy, but the opposite is true. Exercise creates energy. When you move your body, your circulation improves. Your oxygen levels increase. Your brain releases endorphins, chemicals that elevate mood and mental clarity. Studies repeatedly show that people who exercise regularly experience higher energy levels throughout the day compared to those who are sedentary. And the best part is that you don't need extreme workouts. Consistency matters far more than intensity. A daily walk, light strength training, stretching, even 20 minutes of movement can dramatically improve how you feel. I've found that when I start my day with movement, everything else improves. My thinking becomes sharper. My mood becomes more positive. My focus becomes stronger. And here's something else worth thinking about. Your body was designed to move. The modern lifestyle, sitting all day staring at screens, is very new in human history. When you move regularly, you align with how your body was built to function. And when your body functions properly, your energy rises naturally. Now let's talk about the fourth key, and this one surprises many people. Hydration. Water is one of the most overlooked performance tools in the world. Your body is roughly 60% water. Your brain is about 75% water. And even mild dehydration can reduce concentration, increase fatigue, and slow mental performance. I make it a simple habit to drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when I feel thirsty, because thirst is often a late signal that dehydration has already begun. A simple increase in daily water intake can dramatically improve how alert and energized you feel. It's one of the easiest health upgrades you can make, and yet most people ignore it. Let me give you the fifth key, mental input. Your mind consumes information all day long. News, social media, conversations, thoughts. And the quality of that input directly affects your energy. Negative information drains energy. Positive, constructive information fuels it. I've always believed in feeding my mind with ideas that build confidence, optimism, and growth. Books, educational content, inspiring conversations. When you surround your mind with empowering information, your thinking improves, your perspective expands, and your energy rises. Energy is not only physical, it's psychological. What you think about all day long shapes how you feel. And when you think better, you feel stronger. Now here's something I want you to consider. If you apply just these 5 keys consistently, quality sleep, intelligent nutrition, regular movement, proper hydration, and positive mental input, your energy level could change dramatically within weeks. But most people never experience this transformation because they underestimate the power of daily habits. Success, health, and energy are rarely created by big dramatic changes. They are created by small daily improvements, day after day, week after week, month after month. And when these habits compound, the results can be extraordinary. But we are just getting started, because the next 5 keys are even more powerful. And when you combine all 10 together, you create a lifestyle that naturally produces high energy, strong health, and powerful productivity. So before we continue, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect. Which of these 5 keys do you feel you need to improve the most right now? Sleep, nutrition, exercise, hydration, or the information you feed your mind? Write your answer in the comments. Your awareness is the first step toward transformation. Now let me continue with the next key, because this one has a massive effect on your energy, your health, and even your lifespan. Stress management. One of the greatest energy drains in modern life is uncontrolled stress. I've seen incredibly talented people burn out, not because they lacked ability, but because they allowed stress to dominate their thinking and their daily routine. Your body has a built-in stress response designed to protect you in short bursts. But when stress becomes constant, something very different happens. Your energy drops, your sleep quality declines, your immune system weakens, your focus becomes scattered. And over time, chronic stress can quietly destroy both health and productivity. So I made a rule for myself many years ago. I refuse to let stress run my life. Instead, I manage it deliberately. One of the most powerful methods is simple breathing and reflection. When things become overwhelming, I pause. I slow down. I take a few deep breaths and ask myself a simple question: what really matters right now? That question instantly clears the noise. Another powerful stress reducer is perspective. Many of the things we worry about today will not matter next week, next month, or next year. When you remind yourself of that truth, your mind relaxes. The more calm and focused you become, the more energy you preserve for the things that truly matter. Now let me share the 7th key: clear goals. Most people don't realize how much energy they waste through confusion and lack of direction. When you wake up without clear goals, your mind drifts. You procrastinate. You hesitate. You spend time on activities that don't really move your life forward. But when you have clear goals, something remarkable happens. Your brain becomes focused. Your attention sharpens. Your motivation rises. And suddenly you feel energized because you know exactly what you're working toward. Clarity creates energy. I start every day by reviewing my goals and identifying the most important tasks for the day. This simple habit activates my mind immediately. Instead of wondering what to do next, I move straight into meaningful action. And meaningful action generates momentum. Momentum creates excitement. And excitement creates energy. Let me ask you something important. Do you begin your day with clear priorities, or do you start reacting to whatever appears in front of you? Because reactive living drains energy. Purposeful living multiplies it. Now let's talk about the eighth key, time control. One of the biggest sources of exhaustion is the feeling of being overwhelmed. Too many tasks, too many interruptions, too many unfinished responsibilities. When people feel out of control of their time, their mental energy drops dramatically. I discovered early in my career that time management is really life management. When you organize your day, you organize your energy. One technique I recommend is planning your day the night before. Write down the most important tasks. Identify your top priority. And start your day with that task first. This practice does something very powerful. It eliminates decision fatigue. When you wake up, you already know what matters most. Your mind becomes calm and focused. And when you complete important tasks early in the day, you experience a psychological reward. Your confidence rises, your motivation increases, and you gain even more energy to continue. Productivity and energy reinforce each other. The more productive you become, the more energized you feel. Now here comes the ninth key, and this one is often overlooked. Positive relationships. Human beings are social creatures. The people around you influence your mood, your mindset, and your energy levels more than you may realize. If you spend time with negative, pessimistic people, your energy gradually declines. Their complaints become contagious. Their doubts influence your thinking. Their negativity weighs on your mind. But when you surround yourself with positive, optimistic, forward-thinking people, something different happens. You feel encouraged. You feel supported. You feel motivated to grow. Energy, contagious. Optimism spreads just as easily as negativity. So I became very selective about the people I spend time with. I seek conversations that stimulate ideas. I spend time with people who are building, improving, learning, and moving forward. And that environment constantly fuels my energy and enthusiasm. Ask yourself this question honestly. Do the people around you lift your energy up or pull it down? Sometimes the fastest way to increase your energy is simply changing who you spend time with. Now, let me share the 10th key, purpose. This is the most powerful energy source of all. When you have a strong sense of purpose, you wake up with motivation. You feel driven. You feel committed. You feel excited to contribute something meaningful. Purpose transforms effort into enthusiasm. Think about the most energetic people you know. They are usually not the ones with the easiest lives. They are the ones who believe deeply in what they are doing. Purpose fuels persistence. It pushes you through difficult days. It gives meaning to your work, and meaning generates energy. I've always believed that every person has unique talents and abilities that can make a difference in the world. When you begin aligning your work and your life with those abilities, something extraordinary happens. You stop working just for survival. You start working for impact. And when your work has meaning, energy flows naturally. So let me ask you something powerful. What is the bigger reason behind what you do every day? What contribution do you want to make? What difference do you want your life to create? The clearer your purpose becomes, the stronger your energy will be. Now we've covered all 10 keys. But here is something extremely important to understand. These keys do not work through perfection. They work through consistency. You don't need to master everything overnight. What matters is gradual improvement. Each small improvement strengthens the others. Better sleep improves your focus. Better focus improves your productivity. Better productivity reduces stress. Reduced stress improves your health. And as this cycle continues, your energy rises to a level most people never experience. But there is one final principle that ties all of this together. Now, let me show you how all of these keys come together, because knowing ideas is never enough. Real transformation happens when ideas become daily actions. The most successful and energetic people I've met over the years do something very simple. They turn powerful principles into routines. They don't rely on motivation. They rely on structure. Structure creates consistency, and consistency produces results. So let me walk you through a simple daily approach that can combine these 10 keys into a lifestyle that naturally generates high health and high energy. It begins the moment you wake up. How you start your morning often determines how the rest of your day unfolds. When you wake up with intention instead of rushing immediately into stress, your mind and body begin the day in a state of control rather than reaction. I've always believed that the first hour of your day is incredibly valuable. In that hour, you can activate several of the keys we discussed. You hydrate your body. You move your body. You feed your mind with positive input. You review your goals. And you mentally prepare for the day ahead. Think about what this does psychologically. Instead of starting the day distracted, you start it aligned. Your mind becomes clear. Your focus becomes sharp. Your energy begins to rise. Even a short morning routine can create this effect. 10 minutes of stretching or walking, a glass of water, reading something inspiring, reviewing your goals. Simple actions, but powerful ones. Now, here's something else I've discovered over the years. Energy is not only about how you start your day, it's also about how you manage your energy throughout the day. Most people try to push themselves continuously without breaks, but human energy doesn't work like that. Your body operates in cycles of focus and recovery. When you concentrate intensely for long periods without rest, your mental energy declines. Your productivity slows down. Your mistakes increase. But when you work in focus blocks and then give your mind short breaks, your performance improves dramatically. High performers understand this instinctively. They work with intensity. Then they pause briefly to recharge. A short walk, a stretch, a few deep breaths. These small breaks refresh your mind and restore your energy. So instead of pushing harder, you actually become more productive by respecting your natural energy cycles. Now let me share something very important about food and energy during the day. Heavy meals can slow you down. Large amounts of sugar can cause energy spikes followed by sharp crashes. But balanced meals keep your energy stable. When your blood sugar stays stable, your focus remains steady. Your mind stays alert. Your productivity stays consistent. It's another example of how small choices throughout the day compound into major differences in how you feel. Let me also remind you of something extremely powerful about movement. You don't need to confine movement to one workout per day. Movement can happen throughout the day. Stand up regularly. Stretch your body. Take short walks. Your circulation improves, your oxygen increases, and your brain becomes more alert. These small physical resets keep your energy high even during long work days. Now let's talk about something that most people completely overlook when it comes to energy. Your thoughts. Every thought you think either builds your energy or drains it. Negative thinking is exhausting. Worry is exhausting. Self-doubt is exhausting. But confidence, optimism, and purpose generate energy. One mental habit that has served me extremely well is asking solution-oriented questions. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? I ask, what is the lesson here? Or what can I do next? Those questions move my mind forward. Forward motion always generates energy. Backward thinking drains it. You have far more control over your mental energy than you may realize. And when you discipline your thinking, your emotional strength increases. Now I want to talk briefly about something that ties together health, energy, and long-term success. Recovery. Your body and mind need recovery just as much as they need activity. That's why sleep remains one of the most powerful habits you can develop. When you sleep deeply and consistently, your body repairs itself. Your brain processes information. Your hormone rebalance. And you wake up with renewed energy. People who sacrifice sleep often believe they are gaining extra time, but in reality, they are sacrificing performance. A well-rested mind accomplishes more in fewer hours. A tired mind struggles all day. So protecting your sleep is not laziness. It is strategic. Now let me share something deeply important that I have learned after decades of studying successful people. Energy and discipline are closely connected. When you discipline yourself to maintain healthy habits, your energy increases. And when your energy increases, discipline becomes easier. It's a powerful upward spiral. Healthy habits create energy. Energy strengthens discipline. Discipline reinforces healthy habits. And this cycle continues to lift every area of your life. But here is the most important thing I want you to remember. You don't need to change everything today. Real change happens one habit at a time. Choose one key, improve it, make it consistent, then add another. Over time, these habits form a lifestyle that naturally produces health, clarity, confidence, and powerful energy. Imagine waking up every day feeling strong, focused, and ready to take action. Imagine having the physical and mental energy to pursue your biggest goals. Imagine ending the day feeling satisfied instead of exhausted. That life is possible. But it begins with a decision. The decision to take responsibility for your health and your energy. Because no one else can do it for you. Your energy is your responsibility. Your health is your responsibility. And when you take control of those two areas, something incredible happens. Every other part of your life begins to improve. Your work improves. Your relationships improve. Your mindset improves. Your results improve. Energy is the foundation that supports everything else. So I want to challenge you with something simple but powerful. Choose one of the 10 keys we discussed today and begin applying it immediately. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Maybe it's going to bed earlier. Maybe it's drinking more water. Maybe it's taking a daily walk. Maybe it's reviewing your goals each morning. Start with one action. Then build momentum from there. And before you go, I want to hear from you. Which of these 10 keys are you going to start applying first? Write it in the comments below. When you declare a commitment publicly, you increase the chances that you will follow through. And if this message helped you think differently about your health and your energy, share it with someone who might need the same reminder. Because the truth is simple. The more energy you have, the more life you can live. And when you learn to protect and grow that energy every single day, your potential becomes limitless.